Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now these are your readings for the full moon for August the 3rd. So that's the full moon in Aquarius at 11 degrees Aquarius, 11 degrees 45 minutes. Now it's a bulk introduction as ever. There will be a timestamp down below so that once you've watched my waffle the once, you don't have to watch it all over again. Just click on the timestamp in the description. Now, also in the description, there is a link to my Facebook page for this channel, which is relevant for this video. But that's also where you can contact me for a personal reading if you want. Now, these are general readings. I call them Gods at Play readings because the full moon is about opposition, sun, opposition, moon. It's about the push and pull of the forces. Now, I use God cards like Gods of Titans, Mythic Oracle, Dark Goddess Oracle cards, to look at the forces that are working to suppress you and the forces that are looking to uplift you. The forces that are suppressing you, I'm taking a Gnostic view of the ancient gods, that they are masks being worn by the archons who want to feed off of our pain and misery and fear and general non-connectedness to the divine. The bottom row is the true gods from the pagan point of view, the gods that are there to help lift us up to our higher selves, to connection with the divine, or that are simply there to ensure the functional running of the universe, one or the other. You know, there's certain gods within the pagan religions, they don't care whether you're there or not. Other gods do care. So we can see the interplay between all of those. So this is there's not a past and a present, so there's not really an element of take what resonates either. It's like an energetic forecast, and it'll either be useful for you or it won't. I would imagine if your birth chart is affected by this full moon, or at the moment by Uranus in Taurus, then these readings will probably be more relevant for you. You can ask a question beforehand, like I tend to say in all my normal videos. I make no promises as to whether the answer to your question will even be touched upon, because it's not really that sort of spread. But hey, give it a go. Give me some feedback if you ask a question you get an answer, because that'll be interesting to know. Now, as I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time, says me, discussing about the full moon or the astrology of the full moon per se, because there's plenty of astrologers on YouTube who are doing it better than me. I would particularly recommend, as ever, Anastasia Cosmic Astrologer. I recommend Rick Levine, the Astrology Hub, Rick, R-I-K, Leo King. You know, Namaste Today. I've not watched it yet today. It's Sunday and it's out. And as I'm actually discussing this, I have done 7 of the readings so far. I've got as far as Libra. The rest I'm going to actually have to do tomorrow on the day of the full moon. So if you're Scorpio onwards in the zodiac, sorry, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. But one thing that did get my attention about this full moon is that it is square Uranus in Taurus, and a square creates a difficulty that can be overcome through creativity, through the application of creative energies, whatever that means. And I think that has shown in the 7 readings that I've done so far, as this time they seem quite personal. I mean, maybe you could take it on a societal level, but this time they seem very, very personal situations. Something that they all feel a lot closer to home rather than any commentary on what local governments might be doing or local police forces. You know, as my full moons a couple of months ago, was it even last month? It must be a couple of months ago now, seemed to pick up on a lot of the protests that had not yet started when I did the readings. But don't worry, you are still rebelling. You are still resisting, but you seem to be rebelling and resisting things that are a lot closer to home. But that rebelling and resisting does seem to be a theme with the readings this month. And also, no, it's gone out of my head what I was about to say. So where were we? Rebelling and resisting. That square to Uranus, there's repeated themes that are coming up for everybody. There's the Archons pretending to be Poseidon or Uranus have come again and again and again. And opening doorways to transformation of your own life, transformation of where you believe that you're heading. That's coming out as well. Now, if I haven't said it already, you want to watch your sun and your moon, obviously, and your rising sign, because in ancient astrology, the rising sign is the most important, hence the timestamp. Now, I'm just going to have a look at the, excuse me, the symbols of this degree. As I said, 11 degrees Aquarius, so written down in like inside degrees as Aquarius 12, because 11 something is the 12th degree. And the Chandra symbol is, or inside degree symbol, is a heated argument turns into laughter. Now what it talks about is tension and release, contraction and expansion, the breath of the mind resolving its dualities. Now Rick Levine on I think it was on Astrology Hub was saying that the whole job description of Uranus is to instantly resolve irreconcilable opposites, and try saying that after a couple of whiskey. So this really sits with the theme. Now it says, in order to make it possible for radical truths and significant realizations to come through, you must first karmically dramatize, inside the ego mind and outside as well, the unbearable tension between opposing points of view. You enter upon disputes, advocate positions, set up heroes and villains. And then when your whole inner and outer world is packed with dilemmas, problems, arguments and battles, you become ready to seek out synthesis, to enter upon a cycle of restoring wholeness. During your experimental years, spice means everything. But during your maturity, there is no further mileage to be had in turning anything against anything else. Getting it that you made it all up in the first place, and that the rational mind delights in controversy but has its limits. When resolution comes, everything looks different. All of life turns around, and most particularly your relation to yourself changes from the critic into the friend and respectful ally of your own inward intentions. Yes, I didn't read this before I did those first 7 readings, but that makes a lot of sense with what I've seen all the way up to Libra. And now I love the Omega symbol is a man struck by lightning is miraculously unharmed. And it's showing that lightning effect of Uranus to bring in change. One thing that Rick Levine said again is that Uranus in Taurus does not like change. So Uranus this time will bring bigger changes less often, because it's like that change energy builds up, like as he said, within a capacitor, and then all of a sudden pop and it's used. Now as they say here, it's a wonderful thing to be serious and passionate about life, but not good when, through our attachment, we turn what is important to us into a burden. Now, this degree is about knowing and focusing on what is important to us, that came out in the readings as well, while learning to carry it lightly. When we attune to the greater spiritual reality from which our consciousness has arisen, we inevitably come to know the joy of pure being. Now, there is symbols of hope here. I mean, all this is fantastic, but it sounds like a lot of work as well, doesn't it? Now, the Pleiadian symbol, which I'm not entirely sure where that's from, because I've not been able to source the origin of these Pleiadian symbols. I mean, other than the Pleiades, obviously. An escalator carrying people far into the sky, which is just a beautiful image. So whatever the full moon brings to you, I want you to consider that whatever it is a step up. Simple as that. Even if it really doesn't look like a step up, that's the way you have to look at it. For your own sanity, that's the way you have to look at it. But whatever it is, it's a step up. Now, interestingly here, from the information that I got, there's each degree has a seed degree and a fulfillment degree. And if somebody could guide me in the comments as to what that actually means, I'd be very grateful. But the seed degree, this really grabbed me, is Leo 23, so obviously 22 degrees Leo. So the sun right now is, well, right now as in the time of the full moon, will be at 11 degrees Leo. So a simple another 11, so you know, numerology 11, big important number, to this seed degree, Leo 23. And it says, a secret race of beings carrying on a hidden existence among humans. That's the Omega symbol for that degree. Now, for the more tinfoil hat wearing of us, that obviously will make you think, oh my God, it's the astral reptilians and the they live scenario. But there's also looked at it in a young adult fiction way. You know, like the X-Men or the Eternals soon to be released, or you know, elves walking among us, all that sort of thing. But what I'd like to give you the image of is that we are that secret race of beings walking around, carrying on a hidden existence among humans. I mean, obviously, we are humans. We are all humans. We are all humans. And we are all aliens if you take reincarnation into account. So there's this 1 degree of the full moon straight after the 3 eclipses and everything else that's been going on this year. 2020, I mean, for God's sake, October's full moon is on Halloween. I mean, if it was going to happen any year, of course it will be this year. But there is a wonderful sense of activation, both in the degree symbols, even that seed degree of 11 degrees Aquarius being Leo 22 degrees Leo, there's that wonderful sense of activation, especially if you think about that escalator thing as well. And there is, in the readings, a wonderful sense of not just activating it as an idea, but actually doing. Right. And there's me saying I wouldn't waffle about the astrology, but I don't think I have. I've stuck to the symbols. So, timestamp down below for the next one that you watch. Remember, sun, moon and rising. Birth chart link down below as well. If you don't know what your moon and rising are, they're always a good idea to have a look at. Comment. It is always good to receive the feedback. And thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed or liked the videos so far. The likes do help, the subscriptions help even more, and hey, you want to see what I'm going to do, so subscriptions, notifications bell, and come and join us on the Facebook page, link down below. Right, time to get on with your reading. And welcome Virgo rising and Virgo moon if you've just joined us after the timestamp. Now then, Virgo, there's a really interesting set of forces arranged for you this month. So firstly, the god forces, or the archons wearing masks of the gods that are arraigned against you. We have Poseidon with flow, Hephaestus with work, Cailleach with endurance, Bast with play, and Hermes with journey. Now, those that are trying to support you, we have Jade Emperor with organisation, Odysseus with the journey, Isis with resurrection, Kotesh with pleasure, and the Trojan horse with trickery. So that implies somewhere that there is a trick that you have to perform, either on someone else or on yourself. Now, what is also interesting is that now, let me see, Virgo, 6th, 7th, let me see, 6th sign, that a number of these god forces or archontic masks have appeared in the same place. Now, for Leo, Kaliaka was here. The myth that all is well, is fine, honest, not a problem, everything's fine, I can keep going, I can keep doing it, I can keep carrying on, that's fine. Poseidon with flow, going with the flow, making life easy around you, has appeared here again as an archontic mask. Jade Emperor here was also there for Leo. So there's something that you need to take a more organised approach towards. And there's this repetition of themes that is going through. But interestingly, the angel that's looking over this is Mizrael. Angel number 60 of the Shem HaMephorash, astrologically associated with, that's the word, associated with self-atonement. Now there's an opportunity here for a resurrection of yourself. Now, one of the themes that has already come out is the difference between renewal and resurrection, or transformation and transition. It's the same distinction I'm being drawn with both. Transformation is changing what is already there. Renewal is rebuilding and revamping what is already there. Transition and resurrection. Transition is going to a new space, and resurrection is creating a new form, creating something new. So with it being Isis, and like I said, Aries, I think it was Aries, got that, and I totally forgot to draw one of the Isis Oracle cards for it, but I've managed to do one for you. It's the Mother of Life, Nourishment of the Golden Grain Mother. It's life comes along and shows you when you're uncomfortable, when you're stretched. Let me read it out. Discomfort and unfamiliarity is where life is attempting to break through to you, to reach through the walls you may have once created to protect yourself, but now you need to either climb over, demolish, or at least open up some doors and windows, which is a lovely way of phrasing it. So, like Leo, you have to go, hang on a minute, I don't want to carry on doing this. I don't need this. Now, what I'm really drawn to on the Hephaestus card is the Black Sun. So I don't need to be working towards this sacred mission. It's not something that I want to be having fun with. And you worry that someone might be having fun with you because they are saying, no, keep going, keep working at it. All is well. Everything is okay. Oh, now. There was a sci-fi where all is well was like this... not quite subliminal, but you know, this message that kept getting broadcast. But it looks here like all is not well, because you've got to get yourself out of a situation by using trickery, or you've got to trick yourself out of a situation that you know very well that you're in. You may have everything organised lovely, but you need to organise it differently. You need to organise it in a way where you are breaking the boundaries around you. You need to set off on a journey with a cause, not at the beck and call of some message that comes to you. Because going with the flow is leading nowhere. It's very much leading nowhere. You can be running around trying to work all the time, but saying all is well is almost, this whole column is telling me that it wants a new beginning here. Ace of Pentacles here with the all is well, but all is not well because it's an archontic lie, and resurrection at the bottom. Now we've got, right, so you are actually missing that sense of fun. You are missing that sense of play, but there is guidance coming to you that says, no, you should actually go for that play, go chase after that pleasure, because why not? Don't be holding yourself away from it. Don't go on a journey because it's a burden. Go on a journey because it's a joy. Yes, Six of Cups here. Go on a journey because it makes you feel content. Listen to the wise words of your elders. It's quite possible that people within your family, or at least people that you respect, are like saying to you, no, you should think about going this way. And you may have been going, no, 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 all is well. All is well. I'm going to carry on what I'm doing. All is well. And it's quite possible if someone is saying, look, change your job, or look, you've got to stop doing this one thing because you're not doing yourself any good, I would listen to them. Because the resurrection that comes takes you to a far better place. Actually working to chasing your bliss, chasing your pleasure has a even if you have to trick yourself to do it, you have the strength to trick yourself how to do it. So you can do this. You just got to be organized. And again, King of Pentacles here or Page? I would say that's the Page, which is telling me level up. Time to level up. Your organization that you've been using so far, you've gained great organizational skills. Use them again. Use them to create a new organization around you, a new system that you are working with, because the current one is just about pleasing others and it's not getting you anywhere. It is sterile. We've got the Death card here, but what's really jumping out to me is just the skull. You know, it is just it's all the flesh has peeled off of it, and, you know, something's happened that it has no life. So here, the Death card is very much meaning, well, not very much meaning death, but very much meaning the image of death, where there is no life, no joy, no energy. But you look at the energy of this Six of Swords. If you make the choice to go for the resurrection that is offered to you, then yeah, you have to trick yourself to do it, but chase after your bliss, chase after your fun. So let's have a look. We can sometimes fall. This is the Mother of Life card from the Isis Oracle. I'm still learning this one, hence the book. But we can sometimes fall into existing and doing rather than truly living. I mean, what was this whole top row about? We only know that this has happened when where suddenly our life seems dry. Depleted, filled with tasks, or it feels like we are stuck in a rut or habit that may have been comfortable but is becoming stifling and suppressing. Isis, the Mother of Life, holds the ability to restore even the most numb, resistant and difficult circumstances and people back into life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave, open your arms and receive. So I think that's what I may call the reading. Be bold and brave. Time to have some fun. Be bold and brave. Chase after your bliss. And because that's the message that's coming. Even if you have to trick yourself to do it, do it. Right. So, and for some reason, by doing it, you are putting something right. You are self-atonement. With Mizrael here. By chasing after your bliss, you are doing the right thing. You are redeeming yourself in your own eyes. Crack on then. Right, so if this means anything to you, Virgo, comment down below. I really hope it does, because this promises a wonderful new attitude within you, and whatever change that Uranus may bring for you, if your birth chart is pinged by the full moon and Uranus, then use it, grab it with both hands, use it to your fullest ability and then some. because with that Trojan horse, there's an element of fake it till you make it. You can do this. You can have fun. You really, really can. But anyway, if it means anything to you, Virgo, comment down below, like, share and subscribe. Obviously, your next readings to come out will be your Chinese zodiac readings, and so hopefully see you there. Cheers.